They smile at school, they laugh with friends, but behind those smiles, there's often a hidden story, a silent struggle that goes unnoticed. But deep down, they're drowning. They feel isolated, even in a crowd, and the weight of their unspoken pain is heavy. Our youth, our brothers, sisters, sons, daughters, are quietly fighting battles they don't talk about. These battles are often invisible, masked by a facade of normalcy. They come home, say, "I'm fine," and retreat to their rooms, hiding their true feelings. Lock their doors, open their phones, and immerse themselves in a digital world, seeking solace. And search for answers in a world more lost than they are. They look for validation, for understanding, but often find more confusion. Today's students face pressure like never before. Grades, expectations, social media, peer comparison, the constant need to measure up. Everyone wants them to be perfect, to excel in every aspect of life. But the pressure is overwhelming. But who's listening when they say, "I can't do this anymore"? Their cries for help often go unheard. They don't talk to their parents. Not because they don't want to, but because they fear judgment. Not because they don't want to, but because they're afraid they'll be misunderstood. They worry their feelings will be dismissed, but because they're afraid they'll be misunderstood, they fear their struggles will be minimized. Afraid of disappointing the people they love most, they carry this burden alone, hoping for a day when they can truly be heard. They turn to social media, looking for help, and what they find is poison wrapped in glitter. Quick fixes, overnight success. Or worse, influencers who sell them suffering as aesthetic. Or they talk to friends who are just as lost. And instead of healing, they spiral deeper into darkness. Some lose their way completely, falling into habits that break them further. Drugs, self-harm, fake relationships, suicidal thoughts. To every young soul out there, you are not broken, you are becoming, and your pain, it's not a dead end, it's a doorway. The real transformation doesn't come from filters, it starts with self-awareness, journaling your thoughts, understanding your emotions, surrounding yourself with people who want to grow, learning to be alone, without feeling lonely. Read one page a day, take one deep breath before reacting, replace one negative thought with gratitude. Stop hiding your pain, start owning your healing, talk to someone. Your parents might not understand everything, but they love you more than you think. Give them a chance. And if they can't help, ask for help anyway, from a teacher, a counselor, a mentor. Dear youth, your story doesn't end in silence. It begins when you speak. You are not alone, you are not weak, you are growing, and growth is never easy. But it is so worth it. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Let's break the silence, together. For today's youth, school is not just a place of learning, it's a complex environment where they face numerous challenges every day. It's a battlefield where they fight for validation, constantly striving to meet expectations set by society, teachers, and even themselves. You're expected to top your class, to be the best in every subject, and to excel in every exam. Beyond academics, there's pressure to be the best in sports, to learn coding, to speak fluent English, and to master various extracurricular activities. But when do you get to breathe? When do you get a moment to just be yourself without the weight of expectations? Parents often say, "We just want what's best for you." They have good intentions, but sometimes their words and actions add to the pressure. This well-meaning concern can sometimes translate into a pressure that feels overwhelming, even crushing. They compare you to the neighbor's son, the class topper, or the star athlete, and in doing so, they forget that you are unique. One failed exam, one low score, and suddenly, it feels like the end of the world, like you failed in life. The weight of these expectations can be unbearable, making you feel isolated and defeated. Because marks don't just measure knowledge anymore, they're seen as a measure of your worth and potential. This perception can be damaging, leading to a cycle of stress and anxiety that's hard to break. Most students aren't taught how to learn effectively. Instead, they're taught what to memorize, focusing on rote learning rather than understanding. And when they struggle, they're not guided or supported. They're often scolded or reprimanded, which only adds to their stress. So they stop asking for help. Waking up tired, losing interest, giving up on goals, these are not signs of laziness. It's exhaustion, mentally, emotionally. The constant pressure takes a toll on their well-being. But who do they tell? Who even listens? It's crucial to create a supportive environment where they feel heard and understood. In a world of filters and fake fairy tales, young people are desperate to be seen, to be loved. They scroll through endless feeds, each post a carefully curated snapshot of someone else's life, making them question their own worth. The pressure to present a perfect image is overwhelming, and it often feels like everyone else has it all figured out. And in that desperation, they often lose themselves. They start to believe that their value is tied to the number of likes and comments they receive. The constant comparison to others can lead to feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt, making it difficult to maintain a healthy sense of self. Instagram couples show the highlights, the perfect dates, the romantic getaways, the loving gestures, all captured and shared for the world to see. But these moments are just a fraction of their reality. But behind the scenes, it's not always love. Arguments, misunderstandings, and disappointments are often hidden from view. The pressure to maintain a flawless facade can strain relationships, leading to more conflict and less genuine connection. Yet teens begin to believe, if my relationship isn't perfect, maybe I'm not lovable. This belief can lead to a cycle of seeking validation through relationships, rather than building a strong sense of self-worth. They may feel that their happiness depends on being in a relationship, even if it's not a healthy one. They enter relationships not out of love, but to escape loneliness. The fear of being alone can drive them to settle for less than they deserve, staying in relationships that don't bring them joy or fulfillment. And when the relationship turns toxic, they stay. They may feel trapped, believing that any relationship is better than none. The fear of judgment from peers and the stigma of being single can make it hard to leave, because being hurt feels better than being alone. The pain of a toxic relationship can seem more bearable than the loneliness of being single. They may convince themselves that things will get better, even when the evidence suggests otherwise. Everyone else is dating, posting, showing off. The constant stream of happy couples on social media can make it seem like everyone else has found their perfect match. This can intensify feelings of isolation and inadequacy for those who are single. So if you're single, you feel left out, unseen, unwanted. The pressure to be in a relationship can make it hard to enjoy being single, leading to a sense of urgency to find a partner, even if it's not the right one. You start thinking love is proof of your value. The belief that being loved by someone else is the ultimate validation can overshadow the importance of self-love and self-acceptance. Most youth haven't even figured out who they are. They are still in the process of discovering their passions, values, and goals. This period of self-discovery is crucial, yet it is often overshadowed by the pressure to be in a relationship. But they're giving their hearts away. They are vulnerable, often placing their emotional well-being in the hands of others. This can lead to heartbreak and disappointment when relationships don't work out, hoping someone else will complete them. The idea that a relationship will make them whole can prevent them from developing a strong, independent sense of self. But two broken people can't fix each other. They may end up causing more harm than good, as they project their insecurities and unresolved issues onto one another. They just bleed on one another. The emotional wounds they carry can deepen, leading to more pain and suffering for both individuals. For a young heart, a breakup doesn't just mean losing a person. It can feel like the end of the world, as they lose not only their partner but also the future they had envisioned together. It means losing identity, routine, hope. The routines and habits they built around the relationship are suddenly gone, leaving a void that can be hard to fill. It feels like failure, shame, and emptiness all at once. The sense of failure can be overwhelming, as they may blame themselves for the breakup and feel ashamed of their perceived shortcomings. And sadly, many fall into depression, self-harm, or worse. The emotional pain can become so intense that they may resort to harmful coping mechanisms, struggling to find a way out of their despair, thinking they'll never be whole again. The belief that they are irreparably broken can make it difficult to see a path forward, leading to a sense of hopelessness. These struggles hit harder because no one teaches young people how to deal with them. They are left to navigate these complex emotions on their own, often without the tools or support they need. They teach math and science. Academic subjects are prioritized while emotional education is often neglected, but not how to handle heartbreak. The skills needed to cope with emotional pain and build resilience are rarely taught, leaving young people unprepared for the challenges they face. Not how to say no to pressure. The ability to set boundaries and resist peer pressure is crucial, yet it is often overlooked in favor of academic achievements. not how to love themselves before anyone else. Self-love and self-acceptance are foundational to healthy relationships, but they are rarely emphasized in the education system. Young people need to learn that their worth is not determined by their relationship status, but by their own intrinsic value. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe, share, and follow for more content on mental health and well-being.